Hi Raj, hi Richard, hi Otis. Yeah, California. Yeah, yeah. 8 p.m. for me here, morning for you there. So we'll get going in a minute. A couple of announcements to make, and then we're going to crack on. We're going to try and do sort of three sections. Today, I'm going to do a bit of the stocks predator. Then we're going to do a bit of the ASB, and then we're going to leave it open for you guys to ask me questions on anything, whether it be a specific indicator strategy, ASB, stocks predator, or anything like that. So that'll be good. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's the thing. We'll see how it goes. Hi, George. How you doing? So let's get going. The new website is up, the xBrat.com. So just to let you know as well, it's taken 2 years, but now the xBrat is xBrat is a registered trademark. So in the US, so it's taken a couple of years and a lot of hoops, but we are a registered trademark now, which is fantastic. Hey Mel, how you doing? And then obviously we have this new website now, which is a lot simpler to use with the products there. The straight to the academy. One thing you will now notice is on the academy, before we made it mandatory to do the essential module, but I understand there's a lot of people out there that's been with us for years. We've been going over 10 years now. And most of that stuff in the essential modules have been covered. So you can now click on to any of the other modules and take advantage of that. So if you get one of the modules, the software that's included in the modules, including the ASBs, is with 25% off. Okay. So the modules, range breakout module, roller coaster, xBrat algo, Elliott wave, slingshot, VWAP Predator module, and the Confluence module as well. Okay. So they're all in there and they're all available now. So I'm just going to share this link in the chat just in case. So that's one thing that we've changed with the new website. We've reduced the price of the products for this launch period. So they're all $499 for the signal generators now. Nice, cool looking, clean website. And we basically tried to put them into the categories that I, really, really like. So we've got the signal trading indicators, the VWAP Predator range breakout, xBrat roller coaster, the algo, the slingshot, and the Elliott wave. So these are specific types of strategies. Then we've got the confirmation and behavior software. So the bi-step heat map, the volume behavior, the Guardian zones, the EMA cloud, auto harmonics, and the trading buddy, trade management software with the manager, and then the investing for software with the stocks predator. Very, very simple website. Links to the ASBs there, products. So yeah, really, really happy with that. Works very, very well. So let's start with the stocks predator. We are adding more things to it this week. But that then will be the finish of the additions for now because we've got to concentrate on the development for the premium package, which includes unusual options activity and the insider activity. But now, right now, we've got a really good, it's a standalone web-based dashboard and people are getting it. We've got about 5 slots left on this beta test program where you're grandfathered in on that price for all the other levels. And those levels will include on the charting package here, all of our indicators on this charting package. So the scanner is extremely powerful and we can filter for confluences. So when we look at today, so when we're 3 out of 3 on last night's, we've got these stocks that are in full confluence right now. And we can actually say, okay, which ones are getting close? So two out of 3. There's actually 306 stocks that for potential longs there, 2 out of 3, which is pretty fantastic. You're able to build your own watch lists. Your dynamic watch list sends you an email every night. So I've got the 3 confluence bear, 3 confluence bull, pending buy roller coaster, 2 out of 3 bull. When the scan results run, that dynamic watch list fills, send you an email with everything on automatically. It's brilliant. And then we can build our own sort of static watch list. For example, I've got my live swing trades right now. This is my stocks trade of the week a couple of weeks ago on Eaton. Where are we live now? Okay, it's doing well, 1702. So yeah, the entry was down here, 1460. That's where the trailing stop is for this particular move. So we're locking in profit already, and it's back at 1702 after a little pullback. Target with $18. Really, really good looking trade. Even our London stocks, this is the one, the 3i group, which is still running. We've got some, profit being locked in there, even down to Indian stocks, Titan NS.NS. Okay, it's just took the trading stop out today, but hey, you know what? It was a reasonably good move. Walmart was one of the early ones that we did, and I know Mal, you're in on this on your on options play, looking good. Just trying to break into this channel now, and that'll be a really good potential opportunity. Where are we live now? 98.79. It's had a good move since we got this signal. Really, really good move. And then obviously I've got my potential shorts, my UK stocks to watch. My stock pick of the week so far, Eaton is the one that's, because I've done 3 now. RSI, it's not triggered yet. Okay, so RSI, we got the signal, but I did say in my video, yeah, 2 out of so OTC. Yeah, when I say confluence, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, it's those dots just here. Okay, and that's basically the roller. It's like confluence strategy. It's a roller coaster, the xBrat algo, and the bias depth heat map, all green or all red. So when I pulled this out at the beginning of last week, we had earnings. I said, wait for earnings, come back, let it react, and now we've had that pivot, so that's our entry there. And then block, it's blockchain ETF. And we are ready to go with this one. We've got a good entry. We've got a good entry strategy here. We've got the 6-star buy. We had the roller coaster signal back on the 23rd of April. We did go all 6 out of 6 green. We have pulled back a little bit, but for me, that's still good. A lot of fresh air up there. Live right now, we're 41.31. It's not broken into there yet. And then I've got my sort of main watch list here to look at, other potentials. Let's go back to the end of the day scanner and then go 2 out of 3. Okay, 2 out of 3 green. So what we have here is potential 300 stocks. Let's see if we can just look into a stock here that we recognize. I mean, don't trade stocks just because you recognize them. Okay, guys, stocks trading. We will have over 5,000 stocks and ETFs on this very soon. These are, it doesn't matter what they are, as long as they're setting up and it looks, we've got a lot of fresh air. Let's have a look at Baba. What we're looking at that on that particular, it's reasonably gappy because it's a Chinese stock. There's a bit of fresh air to the top there. It's filled the gap. When's earnings? 15th of the 5th. Too close to earnings for me. So let's just move forward and see if we CG. Wow, might miss the boat on that one. Okay, CIB. Let's go there. Let's make the, and it's 100 per page, so we can just keep scrolling down. I'm actually going to filter by beta, and I'm going to go greater than 1.5. So really outperforming the stock market. Anything 1 or over 1 is pretty good. So KC is potential that moves well, is better. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. So we have a very simple sort of methodology here. We've got the full confluence. We need to make sure there's enough fresh air. So change it to the weekly. See where that major resistance is now, those highs. Let's draw, we're just joining the dots of that high and that high. That's where our main resistance is. Are we in a bullish channel? Probably. It's a little bit of a steep pullback, but it's not too bad. I mean, that's parabolic, that side, which is pretty cool. To there. I think we actually broke out of there, so let's just move that up there. Center line's really important for me. And we got multiple touches on the center line there, just slightly broke out there. So that's the rough sort of trajectory of that bullish trend. We've got good support under here. So we framed the chart. Dead simple. Not a lot of work to do. Now, have we got room to trade? Okay, what are we doing live with this right now? It's come down at $14. So what I'm really going to be interested in is we have a starting point. 1612 would probably be a reasonably sensible entry here, breaking that. So we're coming down right now, so that's fine. What I'm looking for really is a stop market order. I like this stop being in this support and resistance zone, and then I do like a $20, $22 target here into there. So how do I choose my targets? I really choose the targets at the major weekly zones, because in theory there is room to run. We've got a little daily zone here that we can color in gray. But it's only very, very fresh. It's not been tested that often. So that's the sort of thing there that again, we follow these trading stops. You can see the trading stop printed on this previous move. So why does this interest me? Because we've come up through this weekly zone, we've come to find support, we've got full confluence, we've got a roller coaster, we've got a 6-star buy, we've got 6 out of 6, and look where it went. Okay. Patterns repeat themselves, okay? Really do repeat themselves. So Chewy is another one. Let's have a look at Chewy. Okay. Thank you, Mel. Let's have a look at that one. Oh, wow. Okay. Bit late to the game there. There's quite a bit of resistance up above there. I think it'd be very, boy, if it can break that though, that would be really interesting. I think if we just put that weekly zone on here, it's a pretty good channel on the weekly, you know, it's very strong from those lows. When's the next weekly zone after that? Okay. Right, frame the chart, gone to the daily. What are we on we're 2 out of 3, which isn't bad. I'd be sensible here, okay? We haven't got the buyer's depth heat map yet, and we're going into resistance. So for me, I'm going to add this to my main watch list, and I'm going to be really interested here if we can get a close up above $41. Chewy above $41 looks pretty cool. It needs to do the work. We're not going to get in this early, but Mel, I think if it can do the work and break $41, there's $52 in this thing. So if you're going to play options, if we get a close above $41, $52 strike price is a phenomenal looking trade. So let's just have a look at CVX. Where are we on? We're 2 out of 3 for the red on CVX. Okay. There's a good support there. I mean, I don't need to go to the weekly to show you that. Okay. So that's good support, but this means we have to wait. This really needs to break this trailing stop, gather some momentum to the upside, And obviously we need to get, if we're looking for a long here, we'd need to gather some momentum with the bi-stepped heat map. First port of call is always, like we see here, the roller coaster and then the xBrat algo. So there's some work for this to do, but that is really good support now. So again, Michael, I would actually just wait on that one and see. So we've got about 5-6 minutes left because I was trying to do 20 minutes per section. Going to go to the end of the day scanner again. Let's just get that out of that search box. We can search, by the way, for just UK stocks. If I just put .l in there, all of these are the UK stocks on that end of day scanner. We can then go to Confluence 3 out of 3. There isn't any. Okay, 2 out of 3. Okay, we've got a few here to look at. We're already in triple I, sorry. ETF with that's a HSBC ETF. I've already worked on this, as you can see. That's going to the highs. That was pretty good. St James's Place, financial institution. That looks pretty good, actually. It look like on the weekly. There is some room here. That's one singular pivot. In reality, my weekly zone is here. Okay. Go back. This is quite a good channel as well. Center line's more important. Let's take that there. Yeah, we broke out of that channel, I think. Now we've got weekly support. Not great. Let's have a look at the daily. We've got more than one pivot at that point. Not really. We'd probably just put that in just as a warning sign. But this looks pretty good for those that try. I mean, investing in UK stocks is really simple. If you've got an interactive broker account, you can buy stocks all over the frigging world. Okay, excuse the language, but it's that easy. That looks pretty good. What are we? Yeah, I mean, for UK stocks, St James's Place, financial institution, pretty good. And then we can look at, for example, .de, German stocks, and .ns, which is our so on the scan results there for Indian stocks. There's a lot of growth in Indian stocks. Got some good moves. So let's take that off. Let's take the filter off. Go back to the end of day scanner. Let's put the filter on for beta. Let's go above 2. They really outperform. Okay, and then let's put another filter on with 2 out of 3 green. We're getting our list RCL. Oh, I've actually Royal Caribbean Cruises, Mel. So Mel's a captain of a Royal Caribbean. I don't know if it's MSC or Royal Caribbean, but that is actually looking. So I've done a lot of investing in RCL in the past. Actually, that's why it sort of rung a bell for me here. So I'm just taking this pivot, this pullback here, and that support there. This has had some really fantastic growth since. I mean, I bought a lot of this after COVID when it was really down and cheap. And we've had some really great moves on it. I think it's back in the channel as well. Go to the daily. We've got a daily support and resistance zone. And I think we've just gone through it. We're hanging around. We're hanging around in this zone. So sensible here would be a stop market order just above those highs, around 232.12. If you're playing options, Mel, you'd have a 270 strike price. And as long as this moves away from this support now, it's pushed through as resistance, finding support. What are we live right now? 228.35. Okay, I'd say this was good. 90-day, 25 delta, yeah, with a $270 strike price. That's a good looking trade. That's a really good looking trade. Let's put that onto my main watch list. Okay, very simple to use this. I've just added it. Success there. Very, very simple. Let's look at one more before we go. ASM. No, it's a cheap stock. It's growing, but I think we're just a bit late to the game there. CDXC. No. All I'm looking for is fresh air to trade into. KC. Okay, I've done some work on this already. We just looked at that, didn't we? And then app. So this beta here, anything above 1 is outperforming the stock market. This looks pretty good, actually. Let's go to the weekly. Wow. Okay. We've had some highs up here. Didn't last very long. So I always have the weekly in my pink and I have daily in grey. That is a phenomenal move, a good pullback. So by the way, those that get it now, okay, and I'm going to put the link in there, will become part of the beta testers and you will get grandfathered in to the same price per year for the ultimate VIP package and the premium package and the ultimate VIP. So I see here, for example, a good pullback with a slingshot. So all of the indicators that we've got for TradingView, you will have on this platform available to you in the VIP. Okay. So this getting in right now and helping us shape this, and Mel is helping us shape this in that he gave me a massive list of 30 different ETFs. Yesterday, they're being put on by Friday. Okay. Thank you, Mel. So Mel's looked at August 15th, 270 call, $6.35, 6.35, RCL 100-day, 25 delta. Okay, so that's the play that Mel's going to look up on RCL. Let's go back to the daily on here. Want to see, that is a little bit of problem there, I think. But getting on the ground floor on this is going to really reap the rewards for you by the end of the year when we have all the other packages involved. Where we got 3 lights at the moment, there will be 5 for the premium package. It will include unusual options activity and insider activity. So not are you looking for confluence with 3 technical confluence strategy indicators, but now you then will be looking at fundamentals and behavior with those institutions with that unusual options activity. And then the next package, you're going to be able to put Elliott Wave on here. You're going to be able to put harmonics. Everything is going to be on here available for the VIP. You don't need TradingView, Raj. This is standalone, okay? We pay quite a bit of money to be able to use this app by TradingView, okay? This is a standalone web-based platform, does all the scanning, all the charting, everything is on that platform. When you get it, you basically get the login details, you log in and you can log in on any computer, anywhere else in the world, okay? It's your login. And it's a web-based platform, so it is pretty cool. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, it's taken 18 months, but it does work very, very well. I'd be very careful with this one, with app. Yeah, I don't like this sort of resistance. We can see here there's a lot of clustering around this sort of price. It's tried and failed here. It's tried and failed here. I wouldn't be looking for a long on that one there. Let's take that filter off. Any more questions on that before we move on? I'm going to do a bit of auto trading. So yeah, check out the link. There's about 5 places left before we take off that offer for that grandfathering into the next levels, which we are doing. So it's on that page, on that link. Okay. Let's move that out of the way. And let's look at this. So I did this live the day on gold with on the 45 seconds with the roller coaster and the VWAP Predator. So something like this is not really optimizable. It's about being there at the right time for when we have a catalyst like the gold pit open, like data, because it moves really, really quickly. Okay, so give you an example. Did I? Okay, so we have got here some moves. Okay, they're pretty decent moves, 45 second, and these moves are in fact, the first one is 70 ticks, the second one is with a trading stop taken out 150 ticks. That's not bad. Okay. But what we're trying to do is trying to find the right times of the day to just literally, so the moment it's disabled. Okay. So what I can do, for example, now is enable it. Okay. And then I can enable this as well. Okay. Which is the VWAP Predator. You'll see there's lots of lines missing from that because I've just taken them out. But in reality, when we get a good bit of volatility, so futures are enabled. Let me just go back and show you. I can look at futures. This is for swing trading, by the way. You can't. It's not for day trading. So on my end of day scanner here, if I go to my asset classes and filter futures, for example, and maybe cryptos as well, there's all my future. Let's take crypto off a second. Futures. Okay. So there's our futures. So have we got any 3 out of 3? Not at the moment. Have we got any 2 out of 3? We got a through. We've got the Swiss franc, 6E, 6B. So the euro, the pound, silver, for example. So the scan scans overnight when the markets are closed. Okay. Um, um, and we could we could filter out red as well as the 3 red. ZC is 3 red right now. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay. Now, you think swing trading is not for futures. Look how ZC behaves. Look at this short down here. The longs was a winner. This was confluence. This wasn't exactly confluence. This is almost there, but only RB. Let's have a look at RB. So that was corn. I'd probably say that's not the right time frame for that. Not OJ. Wow. Okay, that was a big move. Let's just go for 2 out of 3 red. Oh, that behaves very well. I've worked on this before. This behaves very well. Sugar futures. Who'd have thought swing trading sugar futures would be so profitable? Okay. Full confluence here. Little one there, but it's still good. Full confluence on the long. Confluence. How do I know the winners? Okay. How do I know the winners? The trailing stop prints. Trailing stop prints. Trailing stop prints. This has just gone back through there. Really, really good. Let's go to one more before we go back to the ASBs. Let's go to green. Oh, we looked at those, didn't we? What's 6B doing? Those swings are pretty good on 6B. They work out quite well. But again, so what we can do as well on the asset classes, if you're a crypto trader, for example, or just ETFs with cryptos, we can say, okay, let's have a look at the confluence. 3 green, no. 2 green, no. Oh my Lord, 1 green. Okay, so we got a little bit. Ethereum there is 1 green. Are these ready to pop sort of thing? Ooh, I would say. Okay, so we're just waiting for the buyer step team up here, Ethereum for a long-term move. But yeah, again, you can look at those asset classes and you can just say, right, I just want to look at ETFs. Okay, got quite a lot of ETFs in there right now. I've got 64 and we're adding about 30 coming up really, really soon. And one of the cool tools that we're actually adding in this gear box here, we're going to be, notes. It's already in, guys. Okay. It's already in. Let's look at this. Let's look at this feature. I'm sorry, guys, I want to look at the other thing, but this is actually, I didn't think this would be in yet, but it is. So I'm just going to go end of day scanner. I'm going to go 3 out of 3 bull. And I'm going to be looking at, no, let's go to my live swing trades. Okay. This is brand new. Brand new. So with where's Eaton? So with Eaton, this is my diary for the day. Okay. So I can actually I can make a voice note, I can put a chart in, I'm going to write that voice note. And if I make a note every single day, those are logged against that particular ticker. So when you come back to it in 3 months' time and you've gone through that trade, you'll be able to make notes on that every single day. So if we just now go to Eaton. Okay, and that's where we are right now. I can add a note. So let's just put that in there. Trailing stop adjusted with roller coaster now at 1544 to 1544. Okay. Takes a picture of the chart. Isn't that cool? So, and then we can and they'll take it away and everything like that. So this is really cool now. Okay, so it literally must have just been put on today. So what will this will help you as you're starting to pick the stocks that you're investing in, or you're swing trading in, or you're doing your options plays. You'll be able to add to those notes every day, every week, and you'll be able to look back at those. So if that particular stock comes back on that scanner for 3 out of 3, you'll be able to look through your notes on how it behaved before, and you'll be able to then start, setting the trade up and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to make some videos on this very shortly. I didn't think it'd be ready till Friday, but it's ready now. So Daniel's done a fantastic job on that. And it probably is those ETFs that have been added. So this is really, really cool. Yeah. I mean, again, you can put anything in there. You can put a link in for the Yahoo link on there and all that sort of stuff. Walmart, for example, Mel would put in here, we'd let's just close down a minute. Walmart, let's put the chart up here. Mel's already started putting his notes in there. So with Walmart, for example, you take a picture of the particular chart there, and you could even just add a voice note, guys. You don't even have to type. Okay. You allow while visiting the site, and the microphone is in use now, and that's recording my notes on there. So this is brilliant. Okay. And then just stop it there and then close it. Okay. So that is pretty cool. So we go back to the notes. Oh, it's there. Yeah. And then you can just keep adding to that every day if you wanted to. So we are at it. There's nothing like this in the markets, okay? Because the confluence strategy is mine, okay? That's what I write about, and you can read in my book, Confluence, Not Coincidence. We've then put that into our own standalone platform that is web-based. Great charting package, thanks to TradingView. We've added some different bits to it. We've had to change the script to like a JavaScript so we can put the indicators in there and everything else, but all the drawing tools are in there, the layering tools, everything like that. Really, really cool. Very, very simple to use. You don't need a TradingView package or anything like that. When you lease this stocks Predator, you will get everything. Okay. Oh, thank you, Raj. Reading your book opened a whole new world for me. I'm really grateful for that, Raj. It sells every day, and we were being read in, I think, 28 different countries now, which is phenomenal. But this is a culmination of some of the things I talk about in the book. Is this the stocks Predator? And it's not just stocks, it's ETFs, it's crypto, it's futures, it's forex. We can actually, if I take this off a second, end of day scanner, I go to asset classes, we can put forex in there. Okay. We can look at those confluences. Any 3 out of 3? No. Any 2 out of 3? Okay. GBP CAD is a 2 out of 3 on the confluence for a bull. Don't like it. Not a chance. But they are there. We are looking at asset classes here. Forex. Let's go for 3 out of 3 on the red. No, let's go for 2 out of 3 on the red. Ooh, okay. There's a few there. US dollar, no. 2 green, 1 green. Singapore dollar. Wow. Oh, that looks very inviting, doesn't it, for those forex traders for a swing trade? But yeah, very versatile, guys. And I'm really glad we've added the note thing now, because this is going to be brilliant. What I need to do, though, is learn how to use it properly so I can make some instructional videos for our users, which is really, really cool. So again, the stocks Predator, I'm going to re-put that link in there because there's only 5 spots left to get grandfathered in on this. So on the page itself, if I just bring that over, you can still see the screen share, right? Yeah. So be part of the team that shapes the future of this stocks Predator. You will get, literally grandfathered in at this price. It's $1,000 a year at the moment for this advantage level. But when you renew, it will be grandfathered in at $1,000. But this one will actually be $1,700 a year for the premium. The VI package with all of the Elliott wave, the harmonic slingshot, and everything else on the charting will be around $2,500 a year, but you will get it at $1,000 a year because we want people like Mel who are feeding back to us, asking us to add ETFs and using it and trying to break it and all that sort of stuff, so we can get there. So don't forget, take advantage of this. This is really cool tech, if I don't say so myself. I'm very, very happy with it. So that's the link in there. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Really cool. Um, let's get that out and let's just go back to here. So with our automated strategy builders for NinjaTrader, we need to be quite careful what we're doing. So I'm just going to move this out of the way because I'm going to bring a VPS over and it's got my live account for, okay. So just make sure I'm not showing account details really. So we have, we've only had one trade this week. I think it was on oil. Okay, here. So this is specific. It's a range breakout. So what we're looking for the range breakout is an opening range. Now, one of the biggest things I'm seeing is, especially on things like oil, when we gap down on a Sunday, we have that open. But then when the London opens and people start to come into and putting volume in there, the likelihood it's going to close that gap. But we need a strategy to trade that. So we measure the London open. At this moment, I've only set it for 3 out of 3 on the buyer's depth heat map because I'm basically looking to get some of these moves after that London Open. To be honest, the rest of the week it's going to be pretty scrappy and it's not going to trade much. But it only trades between these gaps in the white, in the grey here, where these white are. So it's about the London Open, really, for me. Only trades the London Open, the oil strategy. So this oil strategy I've been running now, I've been running it with real money. The strategy performance now, this was the first trade back after the Trump tariffs. But this is pretty good. So it's 13, this is a 2 contract one. So in the last 90 days, it's had 9 trades, $13,358 with the max drawdown of 429, which is pretty good. This last trade alone was $1,090. The average trade, average winning trade is 1,979. So this was below average, but it was still a good start. This is a great looking strategy. When I look at the settings for this on the strategy itself, we have, again, we've got windows of opportunity, and I'm only interested in the opening range, really, and for that London Open. So when I look here, I've got my London Open checked at 3:10 a.m. because that's when that first 10-minute candle closes. I then have, where are we? So Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays. It only trades Mondays purely because that gap fill is a really good trade from the London Open. So between 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. EST is that London Open, and that's when I want to trade on a Monday. The same time on a Tuesday, and then it doesn't trade again until Friday. Okay, because the optimization has told me that's the sweet spot. Okay, really is. So that's what that is doing right now. So this is why it's grayed out. It's not trading today. Okay. So we go to HG copper. I did have some orders on this today, but they just didn't come to anything. We had this order come on for the short, but it has to take the trade on that first candle. Otherwise, I'm not interested. And you can see this is why. So once we get it, it just goes sideways. But again, there's been some nice trades on this. Where are we? That's the late. Oh, that's the latest one there. Nice short. You see, we get the London Open, gets it on the next candle, and drops hell for leather, and it takes the profit automatically at the Guardian zone there. So very, very strong strategy there. And then gold, we are mixing around. I made $40 today. Okay, we had a little trade today on what we call a continuation trade. Just ticked down below. We got the long order, ticked out, but it came back to take me out of break even. Well, $40 because it covers costs. But again, it just didn't run. So we have those protections in there. So it's wiped its feet today. Where are we? Just trying to find the previous trade. That was a break even as well. So we're only interested in trading when we get the right opportunities. There's one. Okay, what was that one? These were break evens again. Look, so I mean, to be honest, gold's not been great for this type of strategy for a while. I mean, this one is 4,700, 92% win rate. It's not bad. We just, a lot of that is testing, break even until we get a monster trade. And if we get one of those once a month, it's what we need. And there she blows. This one carries all the way through. Again, it's one of those dips down below. It's called a continuation trade. We get in and it just meanders on all the way up there. So really great trade there. So the range breakout is the one I'm running live at the moment. Okay, that's the only one I'm running live right now. And that's with real money. Okay, where's that? Okay, sorry, I've just got to put it up on my other screen because that's the one that's relevant now. Okay, none of those are active at the moment anyway. Yeah, it's on the Google Drive, the CL, I put that in last week, Mel. Also the HG and the GC are all in the range breakout folder. So for those that don't know, the users of our automated strategy builders get access to a Google Drive. And when I put these strategies together, I save the template, put the template in the Google Drive so they can download it and learn from it and, maybe use it or slightly change it or whatever. The ones I put in the Google Drive, I think, are 1 contract versions. I'm trading a 2 contract version. That's all. So that's where we are with that. I have been looking at the slingshot as well. So it's just ongoing work. What I'm trying to do is stay away from the Unirenko at the moment. I'm just trying to use normal charts. So with this one, I think I've been doing some work on here. It's reasonable. Max drawdown 698. This is on the 3-minute for slingshot. 82% win rates. Really, it's pretty good. Max drawdown's a little high, but it works very, very well. It only trades at certain times of the day. So when I look at the strategy here, type 1s, type 2s, and type 3s are all activated. We have, and this is copper, by the way, I have a max daily loss of $285 set in there. So it's trading all days between 12:30 a.m. and 2:10 a.m. So 2 a.m. is the European Gold Pit Open. Very, very strong. We have got an opportunity between 7:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. These are all EST. We've got some PMs in there as well, looking pretty good. I'm not going to share this one just yet because I just need to test that a little more. But I'm just trying to use normal candles right now because I didn't exactly get burned when the Trump thing happened with the tariffs, because I did say in the Discord group, guys, switch everything off. Just wait until the dust settles. So the dust has settled enough for me to use the range breakouts. Has it settled enough to use the others? This is what I'm trialing right now. Okay. And, not just the slingshot. I'm looking at the roller coaster. I'm looking at the VWAP Predator, for example, looking at those to try and find the groove. And if it's not too skitty, to actually get that moving, really. So, that's it's all an ongoing process. When you get a big upset in the markets and it's extremely volatile, and we love volatility, but we don't like volatility where it's unpredictable and it can turn on a dime. And that's what happened with tariffs. That's why a lot of people got burnt. What you got to remember as well is sometimes there's a hell of a lot more volume that come in during those periods, and you will get burnt. Brokers' order books can't keep up. There'll be latency. There's all sort of things that can go wrong. The best thing to do is just sit on your hands and wait for it all to finish. So yeah, I'm looking at things like 5 minute on gold on the VWAP Predator. Just bring that over. So I think this one probably needs redoing again. I've just let it run for a while to see what happens. Yeah, it's just stupidly. So yeah, I've got to do some more work on that. Trying to figure out where we are with that particular strategy. I did go live streaming the other day where I was running both of these together during that sort of witching half hour around that gold pit open, and it was quite successful. But with this, for example, you can just switch longs and shorts off, for example. And I can switch shorts off here if I wanted to, and I can just switch longs off, or I can just have them both off and I can flatten. So I've got those just at the push of a button, but the main thing is they're an automated strategy. So if the strategy is enabled, it will take the trade as long as it meets the risk criteria. But what I can do in a really sort of volatile time is be able to just put it on, take a few of the filters off, and just allow me to activate and deactivate and trade sort of semi-automatically. The execution, the orders, the executions, the trade management is all automatic. The only thing that's sort of manual is me saying, right, I'm in a long on the VWAP Predator. I'm not in a long on gold. I want to switch shorts off. Okay, I don't want to fight against the trade I've got, or vice versa. If I'm, the ability to just click those buttons is very, very important. To be honest, right here on the filters, I've literally switched just for testing the other day. I switched the bias depth heat map off just to check for execution. It's not worth doing it now because look, we're at a time of day even when the 45 seconds doesn't move fast. Okay, so you've got to choose the times of the day when you're going to trade certain instruments. Okay, if you're going to trade futures, pre-market data, that's when you get the moves, and your day's over. By the time the US market opens, pretty much my day is over. Okay, I look at London opens. For me, there's about a 60-minute, 90-minute window to trade there. And then I wait until about 8 a.m., sometimes 7:30 a.m. EST, and trade that hour. Look, and then obviously see things through the oil pit open. If I've still got a trade on going into the US Open, I'll stick around. If not, switch everything off. It's that's the witching hour, if you like. So we're almost out of time. So let's use the last 10 minutes to answer any questions you've got. So on the stocks Predator, again, fantastic tool. A lot of developments gone into this from the strategy from my book. Got any questions on that? A specific indicator. Might take me a while to load it up if I've not got it running, or any ASBs. So in the chat there, ask your questions, guys. You can ask me anything. Really, you want me to look at a stock? I'll look at a stock. It doesn't matter. Just put those questions in there. Come on, don't be shy. I don't mind people trying to catch me out either. Right, so I'll do CCJ first on the stocks. Okay. Ooh, 3 out of 3. This is from the scanner, yes, Mel. So let's go. This is what you should do. Normal procedure. You find something in a 3 out of 3, make the chart a little bigger. Just have a quick look. Does it respond well to the confluence strategy? Absolutely. You can see loads of trailing stops. Works very, very well. So let's now go to the weekly. Let's join the dots. Okay. Let's join those dots at major support and resistance zones. So first of all, let's take that peak out there and put that in there. Okay. Be anal with this. Change your colors. Go pink for weekly. Okay. Now, is there any more here? I think when I look, I can see these pivots here on the left. If I just join those up with those pivots at the bottom here, I think that's a very, very strong weekly zone. Okay. Now, interestingly, we've come out of there. I'm actually going to use something called a regression trend channel. I'm going to measure that top pivot there on the weekly to this bottom pivot here. Right. So on a regression trend channel, you'll see a number. That's called a Pearson's R. Okay, 0.928. So that's 92.8%. Anything over 90 and we break out of regression trend channel, this thing's going to fly. Okay, something you're probably not aware of, but when we look at that, it averages out that whole move. We use it a lot in Elliott wave to measure that wave 4, but it's very good for any sort of. This is an orderly move. It's not a very complex move. It's, it's not straight down, but it's a really good. So we use a regression trend channel and it measures all the averages moves and put that channel in. That Pearson's R is very, very important. 92.8%. That is really good. So breaking out of this channel now is very, very interesting for me. Did we also have confluence of support at the bottom? Absolutely, yes. Okay. This is a really strong weekly zone. Let's just move that up to there and that to there. Let's look at the left a little bit further. Oh, look at that. Okay. Really strong. There's a lot of confluence here. This is a good spot, Mel. I'd be a little wary of this weekly channel, but that's this weekly support and resistance. So, and this is what concerns me a little bit here is we've broken out of that channel for sure, but I think I'd need to clear this here around about 51.80. I need to be sensible in this. I don't want to be going long into this resistance zone. There's too much at stake here because we have had a lot of instances where we've had a lot of clustering around this price, both from above and below. What I mean by clustering is this action here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 candles in that cluster. We came back down to test that and then it went again. We came back down to test this and it was clustering just above. Okay. And here we were clustering just below. We don't want to be in that same there, especially if you're trading options, Mel, and you've got, I mean, if you're going out 90 days, I don't think it should be too much of a problem. But in reality, if we break through, it's like, when you're flying in an aircraft and you break through that cloud and you see all of that nice blue sky, no clouds around, it's like breaking through there. The likelihood is it's going to go to that $62 mark. So I'm going to add that to my watch list, to my main watch list. I'm going to put a note on there. I'm going to take a picture of the chart. And just put a note in there saying needs to break, say 51.80 and close, then look for target $62. Okay, so that's done. Job's a good one. That's my diary for the day for that one. So I've actually put a note on there. And now if I just take that off there, I go to my main watch list down here and we'll see CCJ. It's actually darkened out because there's already a note there. And if I just hover it over, it actually shows you the note as well. That's pretty cool. So there's other things in there. So I've actually got to start making notes and journaling on some of these there, especially if we go to the live swing trades. I did make a note on Walmart there, but yeah, so that's really cool. Okay, happy with that, Mel? Show chart of ES. Okay, do you want to see it on the stocks Predator? Oh, it's not on my live swing trades, that's why. Go end of the day scanner. At yes. We've got a roller coaster buy signal. Well, one out of, yeah, okay, let's have a look. Interesting. Okay. We do the same as we do with stocks. We go to weekly. We put our big weekly resistance zone up there, which actually covers a fair old bit of time there. I can see a great channel here as well, just a normal parallel channel. Where we are. Okay. So when you join these channels, guys, the center line, yes, we need touches top, top, top. Let's just adjust that slightly. But the center line, where we're clustering here, 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 all the way up. That's the trend, okay? That looks pretty cool. Was this low here, the Trump tariff low? We'll call it the Trump tariff low from now on. That is really good. Why is that good? Because this week rejected the lows at a confluence of linear and non-linear support. The linear is the pink, the non-linear is the thing. This is a really strong zone. Bouncing off there is very, very good. So we go back to the daily now. We've got room back to 6,100 into there. There's a little bit of a daily zone here, so be very careful if you're going to go long around this sort of price. Okay, so let's just change that to gray. Because 5,000, I think 5,800 could be a little bit tough for it. I'm in a trade. What am I in a trade on? Oh, it's the roller coaster on the short there. Okay. On the ASB. There won't be a VWAP because we're in the positive zone on the VWAP. Okay. It won't take a VWAP add there, but I'll leave shorts on just in case. So yes, Raj. Yeah, let's measure that pullback on the weekly here. So we're looking at these low pivots here. If we do a fib retracement, we take it from this low to that high. 382 support. This is just phenomenal. Okay, this is a really good looking chart. Now, I mean, that low has been found. We just need to be careful at that daily zone. Let's just get rid of this for a second. We don't need that anymore. Oh, don't want to look it. Let me get rid of it. Printer strategy. I don't know what you mean by printer strategy, Mel. So if you're going to go along ES, I would be very careful until we clear this sort of level at 5831, because there could be a little bit of interference from this daily zone here. See how it touches here, touches from below. That's a danger area, okay, for ES. So Raj, hopefully that helps. But again, it does respond well. I mean, I'm not this confluence here, this trade, they're all winners. Okay. So for the VWAP, yeah, the 5 and the 6, they're an xBrat algo. So the xBrat algo has 12 points of control, 12 confluences. 12 out of 12 is a 6. 11 out of 12 is 11 is a 5-star. So that's really good. So yeah, with the VWAP, I've taken all of the bits off. So when I look at the strategy here, I've just switched off show VWAP, show moving average, because the algorithm works it out whether you see it or not. So I've just tried to print less on the chart so it works a little better with that. So this gold trade is 16 ticks right now. We'll just hang around. This is a 45-second chart on the roller coaster. the stop will adjust automatically once the trailing stops gets printed. This is quite a wide stop here. Not in real terms, it's a 45-second chart, so it's not a great deal. So it gives it room, but this won't, the VWAP won't back it up in this particular case. Okay, so any more questions on the stocks predator? I'm going to put the link in there one more time. We'll find it first. So what you'll also get is, you won't get me, but no, you will get in our Discord group. I have now, and it's only for users, we have a stocks predator forum. So it's only there for users. At the moment, we've got Richard put something in there about AIQ. I mentioned DSGX there for a potential long here that came up on the scanner, and there's a lot of fresh air on there, as you can see on the chart. So this looks like a good potential. So that our users are starting to use this forum, and there's obviously the different threads in there, but that's only available for people that have the stocks predator. But again, it's all about support, it's all about community. Any questions before I go? Because it's after 9 p.m. here. Let's just hang around, see what this does a little while. You can find some questions while we're watching paint dry with this gold trade. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow, playing with the journaling. Thanks, Richard. Thank you. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Otis. Yeah, great. And George, thank you. Nice to see you again. Don't forget, guys, on the before you go, we've now opened up the academy. You don't have to do the essential module anymore, because I know some of you, especially like George, have been with us for years. So you can go in there and you can choose one of those other modules. And within the module, for example, if you choose a range breakout module, you still get 25% off the ASB, and you get 25% off the range breakout indicator. So, and you get all the education module that that's all pre-recorded. A lot of lessons in there. So by getting that education package, you are learning, but then you're getting 25% off that, off the software included in the module. So with this, for example, if I hit the flatten button now, just take the profit. Okay, that's just one of those things that we could do if you've got interest rates dropping or something like that. Oh, it's just adjusted to break even. Look, okay, just while I was speaking there, it automatically adjusted that to break even. So there's absolutely no risk with this trade now. Okay, the only thing is, comes up, takes out that break even, and we make a little bit of money. Yeah, absolutely. And what will happen is every single candle change now. So let's just make this chart big. Hang on, my mouse is playing up here. Okay, it will adjust with the trailing stop every single candle change. Yeah. So let's just put that there. Just took it out. Okay, there you go. And that's why we have that stop loss adjust, to make sure we're not losing. Okay, guys, brilliant. Thanks for attending today. Really enjoyed it. It's great to show off the stocks predator because it's something I'm very proud of. And not, if you think that day trading is going to make you a lot of money, in reality, long-term investing, swing trading is where the wealth is. Day trading gives you the money to do that. But in reality, if you can buy a stock at a certain price and you sell it at a lot higher price, and you've got lots of those stocks over time, you keep averaging in, there's some really great opportunities. Plus also for you in the US, options trades are a very good strategy with these. So the recording will be up at some time tomorrow. If you've registered, it should send the recording out to you automatically anyway. But yeah, great to see you all, guys, and I'll speak to you all very soon. I'm probably going to try and do a live stream on Friday, around about 8 a.m. EST, if nothing untoward happens. So hopefully I'll see you all then. Okay, cheers, guys. Thank you.